When I was young, I thought art was something for rich people. I never would have ever expected that I'd spend my life involved in it. A bunch of us used to hang out in this little storefront on the Lower East Side that, you know, we called it a gallery, but it wasn't really a gallery. It was more of like a party spot. It was just a place where a bunch of different people who were into super creative stuff used to just come and hang out and get inspired by each other. And, you know, it was really just a bunch of like bored kids, like a bunch of dumb, bored kids. These people were speaking a language that was my language. It was like a language that you didn't have to be smart to understand, you know what I mean? All you had to do was have a heart, you know, and that was enough. And I was always super inspired by that.
Every day is a brand new day. You can participate, or you can forget it. As far as I can see, this day was made for me.
Family an artist?
No. I have a painting from my grandmother that's really awful. It's great. She like put like ground glass in it to make the snow sparkle. It was like a woodland scene with a deer in it. It's really bad. I love it.
My first memory of creating anything is rabbit houses on a piece of paper. It was a green line with carrots that, you know, most of it was brown, and then a green line on the top and a little bit of blue, and then a tunnel, and then the different rooms of the rabbit's house.
I used to draw my toys all the time. These tanks I would draw incessantly, and war scenes, lots of war scenes, and I called World War II World War II. So I had all these posters of World War II, you know, until someone told me it was World War II, and I was really devastated. I was really so embarrassed.
A pretty clear one is coming home from seeing Battlestar Galactica in the theater and drawing like epic battle scenes. Like, so it's like the ships were small, but then there's like a lot of laser play.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be
Most of my early years, I wanted to be a garbage collector. And actually, I made my parents take me and my friends to the city dump for my birthday. So they saved garbage. They saved garbage for like a month. And so we all had a bag of garbage to throw into the pile.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a conceptual artist.
I think as a child, you're always drawing, coloring, and doing crafts, and that is totally normal and seems to be like what you do as a kid. And I think what the weird tragedy is that when you become an adult, you grow up and lose that. You like stop creating. You stop just involving yourself in the joy of coloring and creation and stuff. And I just feel like I was lucky enough to never really lose that.
Everybody can make things with their own hands. It's just they can't always be looking for perfection. They have to allow themselves to make mistakes and to go with something that might be a little crooked or a little smushed. And people used to go with those things, and nowadays those things aren't beautiful anymore to people's eyes. I think it's the part that's off, that's interesting, that even if I spend a lot of time going over the line and over the line trying to make it straight, I'll never be able to make it straight. And from a distance it might look straight, but when you get close up you can always see the line waver. And I think that's where the beauty is.
I am attracted to those places that don't seem important, or those things that seem off the grid. It's a horrible phrase. Like off the value grid. Like what's not valuable anymore actually seems like really rich to me.
We're right now in Dragon Park in Nashville, Tennessee. When we were young, or as teenagers, this was a place that most of like the losers would congregate, or the skateboarders, or the acid freaks, goths, punks, and now it's pretty much park for little children and slides, and it's a place for joy, I guess.
Come on, Grace.
I had a friend named Samuel who got his head cut off here. He was a pool shark and a delinquent, and I guess he had ripped somebody off or something, and someone severed his head with a switchblade, I think, and they found it in the center of the dragon. I guess it kind of changed the whole scene for a little while. I mean, these kids play where Samuel's head used to be, and like, they don't really even, they're not aware of it, because it was like maybe 10, 15 years ago, and I guess that's a good thing, you know, because you can't really have a memorial to his head in this place. But yeah, strange how certain places have different memories for different people. Hey, how you doing? You know, we found my friend Samuel's head there back in '86.
Free and slow. Free and slow. Don't remember anything other than it was perfect. 'Cause that bird was out to meet me. Sing song, song. Sing song, song.
My grandmother used to live in San Francisco, and every time we'd come through this tunnel, it was a spray painted image of a pig's face, and it was about cops on it. It was like an icon to me. I always, every time I was like, there's that fuck pigs thing, you know. I had no idea what even a pig was or anything. It was just like, it just like was this thing I always would look for, and it was just always there for year after year.
How old were you when you first noticed it?
9 or 10 or something. Or when you start figuring out things that are cool or